everybody, welcome back then to Project Alpha. Now, the last time you saw us, we were working on the mechanical parts of the 147 GTA, and as I'm sure you'll recall, at the end of the episode, I talked to you about how we were going to focus on the interior. However, I caught COVID at the end of last year, and as such, Dad got on with a lot of work with the car because time is of the essence, and he has gotten the interior pretty much finished. So what we're going to do for the first part of this episode is walk you through exactly what he's done. Anyway, over to Big Neil to see exactly what he's been up to between Christmas and New Year. Right, so Big Neil, you've been pretty busy on this car since the last time we saw it. Just tell us what you've been up to.
Yeah, there's no rest for the wicked. So, yeah, it's all been bits and pieces, really. It's all the detail work. If you look under the bonnet now, we're pretty much there underneath. Just a battery clamp to sort out, but all the sound insulation's in, washer piping, badges, just some detailing stuff to do under there. All the airbox has gone back in.
That was a nightmare for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a fiddle. But we should put that in before the radiator, but we had to make some brackets up for that. Headlights are all in now.
Yeah, and again, that was another joyful experience because we actually had
we had some damaged lenses, so yeah, I've been taking lenses off and reconditioning lenses on both the headlights. Wheels are on, yeah, your refurbed wheels.
Yeah, so these were painted, well, they were diamond cut, weren't they, originally? And we've had them done in like a sort of satin grey, which I think is quite popular. So if we look at the interior then of the car, you can see that not much has changed inside. It looks pretty much as it did as it came out of the factory. I think the only thing that we've really done is we put another heater control unit on over here, and we've put a different gear knob on because our one was a bit second-hand. But other than that, aside from the passenger seat missing, it's pretty much good to go, isn't it, this?
Yep, there's just the cable, waiting on the cable, and the seat can go back in. Yeah, just put the pollen filter back in, tidy up inside, and obviously it's all got to be cleaned.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few sort of loose bits down here, but I think other than that, it's all right. It's got heated seats, this as well. I'd be interested to see if they work.
Well, you never know your luck.
I do with this thing.
Alpha Electrics, they're bound to probably send the car up in flames when you switch them on.
That's the spirit. So if we're coming over here, you can see sort of a better look at the interior of the car. So again, only the one seat in it at the moment, but we've got the fancy gear knob on there, which you can see that's a Momo gear knob that's got an Alfa Romeo thing on it. We've got the new heater control unit here. We've got a different steering wheel actually as well. This is a one from the Ducati Corsi model that they made actually a few years later, which you can see has got some red stitching on it, which obviously isn't true to the original of the car, but it was in better nick than the one that we had on it, and I think it looks a bit nicer as well because it's in keeping with it. So I'm quite a fan of that. Should we start it up then?
Let's go for it.
Out here.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah. Should have opened the garage door before we did that. That wasn't the smartest move, eh? All right, so it's now running all right. So, Dad, what have we got left to do before we can actually get this thing on the road then? We've got to obviously put a passenger seat in it for a start.
Yeah, passenger seat when your cable comes in. Want a couple of wiper blades on it. A couple of other odds and sods, and just got to roughly set the wheel alignment up, because you're going to take it and get all the suspension set up.
Get that all sorted.
Professionally, get all the corner weights done and whatnot. Yeah, final clean up, and then you can go and get it MOT'd. And I think we're there then.
Lovely.
Maybe
so
a little snagging list once you drive it, probably.
Inevitably.
Yeah.
Always. Right, so it's another day in the Brooks Restorations workshop. We've got a couple of bits left to do on our 147 GTA before we can get it over the line. So let's catch up with Big Neil, shall we? Find out what we're going to be doing in the workshop today and what's left before we can get this car in for its MOT. Right, so Dad, the car's up on the ramp. What have you been up to today then?
Just bits and pieces really. Been doing the tracking, just setting it up roughly, using some old technology, Dunlop gauges down there, but it's sort of put it in the ballpark for you to drive before you get it all set up. A bit of cavity waxing underneath, little bits of trim that you've got, some parcel shelf screws, and we've got the wheel arch liner to change over and
Yeah.
the seat cable.
So this is the wheel arch liner that's down here. This is the new one. Show us the state of the old one, just so we know what we're looking at here as well.
Well, it was all in one piece, but somebody's sort of cut around there. Obviously, that should tuck behind the bumper. So we're going to
Move that in and change it all
one of
over.
those on. Just doing the last little bits and pieces, really.
Nice. And this is the cable.
Yeah,
then.
that's
So
the cable. That's
this is the seat, isn't it, for the passenger seat? Because we saw this wasn't in last time, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's for where you tilt the seat forward. It should slide forward at the same time, and this cable's actually broken, so it tilts, but it doesn't slide forward on the runners. So we're going to fit that, and then we can refit the seat, obviously, and we're nearly there. Just a couple of check straps to sort out, and I think we're good to go.
Lovely. Right, let's get to work.
Okay.
Right, so wheel arch liner is on. Didn't go on with too much of a fight, which is good news. Now we've got the number plates to go on the car, which makes sense as it's up on the ramp at the moment. Then we'll get the car down on the ground and we'll stick the cable in the seat, and hopefully it'll be 98% reassembled with a bit of luck.
Come out this seat.
So just explain to us what you're doing here.
Trying to find the right screwdriver is what I'm doing. This is the cable we've got to change. You see the spring should connect up there.
Yep, and it doesn't.
It doesn't, so obviously the seat doesn't slide forward, so it's
Got to be changed.
somewhere under this trim, hopefully. 2 screws by the look of it, but it is Alfa, so I'll probably have to take a few more bits off.
Disassemble the whole seat, probably.
Oh, you're rich.
Yeah.
You've got a 1p.
Found a pen on the floor. Look at that. What year is it from? It's probably older than the car. Put that in front of the lens. Can you see that? 1998. It's the year after I was born. Probably find out that penny's pivotal to the whole thing and the seat will collapse now.
Hopefully that'll be that.
Right.
Not convinced about this.
Well, is it supposed to locate somewhere, do you think?
Looks like it, but and the old one didn't have anything on it, so I just wonder where it's. It seems to work.
Right, move the car out of the way, I guess, and get it in.
I also 10p up.
Oh, beautiful. I found out where I can put the 10p.
Thanks.
One eternity later.
That took a worryingly long time, so long that I actually turned the camera off because I didn't know how long you were going to be. Does it work now?
Yes, after jiggling around, now slides forward and it tilts.
And it's tightened up as well.
Yeah, bolts are tight, unlike when it came out.
Lovely. So, check straps, MOT?
Yeah, clean up.
Job's a good one. Oh, goodness me. I mean, it's so good to finally see the car pretty much ready to go. So we're going to leave Project Alpha there for today. In the next episode, we'll be getting the 147 GTA into the MOT bay. We'll be getting the suspension set up by a professional racing team. And we will also be getting the interior and the exterior of the car professionally detailed as well. Thank you once again for joining us on Project Alpha. From Big Neil and from myself, we'll see you again next time.